Welcome, and let me mute that. Some more post Dark Souls 2, because this game has been, I swear, it kicks your ass in 15 ways from Sunday. I really enjoy the game though. It's hard enough, and it's fair enough to where you keep coming back, kind of like a lot of old school sort of I don't want to say old school, but the best way I can think of it is, you know, those old like NES and SNES games, you know, the beat 'em ups and whatnot, that you would die, sure, but you like had an immediate continue. You know, kind of like Ghosts and Goblins, maybe. I guess that would be the best thing to say, or Super Ghosts and Goblins or something. You know, where you die, yeah, but you got like infinite continues and stuff. Or was that the? There was one version of Ghosts and Goblins that had that. Anyway, it's hard enough to where, you know, there's that challenge and you feel great when you overcome something, but then, you know, it's frustrating. It's a great game though. It's a great game. And right now we're about to go take out the. I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible. Like, if you can tell, I think I'll still be calling the bonfires Firelink Shrines. I don't know why I do that. I just call them Firelink Shrines. I don't know. They're bonfires. It even says bonfire lit. But today I just got past. Oh, I spent far too. Medusa. She comes later on. You'll see. But it's the stupidest way to combat her, and I about stabbed myself in the eye with a fork after I figured it out. But right now, you know, we're luring these things, these Frankenstein crossed with what looks like the monster from Slither. You know, they're actually really easy to farm right here for the limited amount of times they'll stay there before they just deplete. But all you have to do is you get them attack. I'm not going to do it here, but if you get them to attack, they'll do that. I think actually maybe one of them falls in. Yeah, they're really easy to kill once you figure that out. And plus, if you do this method, if you you know, if you do that, what's going to happen is the lift's also going to go back up. So instead of having to kill all the guys and pull the lever, you can just, if you want to skip them, run straight to the lever, which is what I kind of did here, or I was doing at a point. But we're going to go take care, and one spawns in the water right there, of these undead exploding mummies, which I hate. I think for basic enemies, I hate them more than any other enemy in the entire game. Like, flat out, no joke, I would rather probably... No, yeah, I can't think of another comparison. I hate them that much. But this is the time I have edited it. I kept trying to learn a strategy, and to be fair, if you get right up in this boss's face, you can deal a lot of damage. Which is the case with a lot of them, actually. You get up right in their face and they just die. But, you know, it's a learning experience. Dark Souls is a learning experience. You always get a little bit further than you were. Or usually. Sometimes you completely fuck up and, like, kick your ass. But, as you can see here, we've taken care of the mummies now. I'm pretty sure that's all of them. I don't know the names for a lot of these enemies. I don't think they tell you in the game. I think I'd have to get the... I'm probably going to go buy the guide when I get the chance. I probably should have picked it up when I picked this up, but I decided, I beat Dark Souls 1 without a guide. I mean, sure, I went straight to where Gravelord Nino was at level, like, 17. But, yeah. Also, we have a summon here. And the summons are the greatest things ever in the history of man. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They're perfect and beautiful. Let's see. I think we equipped one of the armors. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I like being buff grandpa during this stage in my Dark Souls career. Well, we've got some help now, and if you're a sorcerer, if at all possible, if you have the Ring of Protection especially, because if you die, you don't lose your souls or your humanity. Instead, you just need to pay 3,000 souls to repair it. But it takes up an inventory slot, and it's 3,000 souls to repair, but it's well worth the investment. I don't think I have that right now. I can't tell. I'm looking at in Vegas, so it's really tiny screen. But if you're a sorcerer, try to find these summons before a boss fight, because they are essential in being a scapegoat, because you want the enemy to go after them, while you stand back 50 feet away from a secure location and fire soul arrow after soul arrow. Now he's interesting because when he jumps in the air, you sometimes will lose your target lock. But otherwise, it's pretty, especially with help, pretty straightforward. See right there, you can get up close to him. I think I'm going to use these life. I think I'm going to use the life stone. Yeah, there we go. Life stone. Sweet. Good old life stones. Greatest thing ever. Nick me there good, I'll tell you that. Try to use two. I did use two there, but try to use 2 life stones when you use them. That way you're doubling the healing. You're like combating against damage. We're going to get him here in a second. Back up, you idiot. And we got it. This is the first primal bonfire I light in the game. And the first great soul obtained so far. So there we go, yeah. Worked out well, I'd like to think. It certainly could have been worse. Open. And to think we've still got about 5 million more bosses, it seems. I just got done with probably the hardest one I've faced currently, outside of Medusa in a pit of poison, flat out. And it was, this fire thing, he just wasn't kind to sorcerers. The arena was too small and he was too big. But there's our primal bonfire. Bingo. Who doesn't love the primal bonfire? And yeah. Primal bonfires can only take you back to the previous bonfire. They're not a teleportation thing, which is kind of pointless to me. Why not just have it teleport, be able to choose instead of going through the extra step? But that's fine. There's only 4 of them in the game. It's not like it's that big of a deal, and not like you have many other reasons to go back to that general location.
You have acquired the soul of an old one. That is more than most undead can say.
Okay, I try to shut up during dialogue. Dark Souls or the Souls series in general has a very convoluted lore that you have to find out through item descriptions and kind of guesstimations of how certain people connect to one another. There are also NPCs scattered throughout the world that require certain requirements before they'll even talk to you, before they'll even be free. I just kicked the PS3 on accident. I'm sorry, PS3. You've brought me many hours of joy. Many hours. Stupid fat bastard. Anyway. Let's see. Upgrade. I think it's around this time I start evening out the upgrades.
Those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation soon lose hope.
If I am not mistaken.
It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future.
She's talking about the leader of the Meek Covenant. And now we got the, right here, the video will end here shortly, but from that, we got the Branch of Yore. Now, the Branch of Yore frees petrified people, if you're not aware. And there's a petrified person holding this gate coming up from the very beginning. She is actually a pyromancy teacher. So if you want to learn some pyromancy or increase your flame or whatever, she would be the person to go to. And is that Pate? I think I met someone that wants to kill Pate, whoever Pate is. But we're just going to click here, see if it works, and yes, and then we're going to go back to the Firelink Shrine. Just because, and trust me, when you see the next video and we get ambushed, I mean, this is post hours after I've already done this, we get ambushed by those giant ball sack enemies of death. So, yeah, yeah, it was kind of a good thing to talk and run, because once you pull that little lever, death follows death on swift wings. If you don't know it's coming, death on swift wings. And if I can get to this damn Firelink Shrine, because I'm slow as balls. Run! Run, sexy grandpa, run! And Firelink Shrine.